Today we're doing Hot or Not, Dominaria Reunited Edition. We're bringing Palpatine back. Palpatine loves democracy. So, is Enlightened Tutor a hot reprint, especially in this new art? We're gonna base it on reprint the art, the flavor text. And if you guys really want to see a card, I don't know if we can get through all the cards today, but if you want to see a card, you super chat, and that's how we're definitely gonna rate the card. All right, Enlightened Tutor, hot or not? Hold on, we're gonna get the polls out. Let's start a poll. I haven't done a poll in a while. Oh God. Hot or not? Question mark. Yes. No. Should be more. Hot. Not. There we go. Ask the community. Well, we've got WoW already out of the gates. Been wondering where democracy went. Glad it's back. And also the chat is back. It's like a little bit more work for me to set up. But we made it work. We're going to make it work. I was watching one of the Coffee and MTGs and I was like, you know what? It actually is a lot more fun when we can see the chat on the screen. And who doesn't like Palpatine over there in the corner? Dominaria Remastered. Not is it Dominaria Remastered? On what? I can fix that. Remastered. There we go. No one saw a thing. Oh, I did. Hold on. I did get remastered. There we go. Dominaria Remastered. We're off to a great start. Anyway, Enlightened Tutor is hot. All right, next, let's go to the Lyra Dawnbringer. Beautiful, beautiful art. But also a very old card, not a very playable card, unless you're playing, I guess, Commander. The Commander players loved Lyra Dawnbringer. Love the Angels, of course. Okay, so we're done with this one. Hot, determined, complete, absolutely, start Q&A. Whoops, no, I don't want a Q&A. I wish I could just redo the poll. Okay, we just hot, not. We don't need a question. That's all we need to know. Where's the music? Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get the music. It's a rough day today. It's a rough morning. It's complicated setting up Palpatine. Alright, we got the music back. Sorry about that, everyone. We had no sound. We have sound now. Been collecting the RKF cards. Now I have to save for the foil copies. Voting on anything. You know, you're voting on... Do you like the reprint? Do you like the flavor text? Some of these have some neat flavor texts. An angel among angels. She carries the hopes of the world skyward. Do you like this reprint? Was it a useless reprint? They reprint some neat cards. There's a lot of cards, like, I didn't even know that were Dominaria centered. Like, you know, Thieving Magpie and Opposition. They had a lot of good stuff. Music game. Oh, we're gonna get the sound effect for you. Wow, we got the sound effect for you. You can tell the shield and breastplate is gonna pop in foil. Oh, absolutely. You better believe it. I mean, it's a useless. Some people are like that, but hey. There are people out there, they want Lyra Dawnbringer to be a cheaper card, okay? There's a lot of angels out there that are super ultra expensive because the Commander players keep pumping them up. Hey, do you want... It's not only competitive players out there that want to see the reprints. Also, the Commander players want to see the reprints. Alright, so, after so much time, Lyra Dawnbringer is hot. There's a lot of cards, we gotta get through them all. Test of Endurance. Never even heard of this card until now. Test of the test. Okay, hold on, we're gonna end that poll. Start poll, hot or not. Fantastic look, says Corey. PM, more reprints can't be bad in my opinion unless you are investing in Magic, which is a stupid idea anyway. But that's not entirely true. That I'm sure there's a lot of investors that are like looking at something like Test of Endurance, white, 2 generic at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have 50 or more life, you win the game. I could do this all day! Looking at all those zombies over there. Like whack-a-mole. Now the point being that even though the reprint of Test of Endurance is no good, the special card of Test of Endurance will be good. Like this card might retain value because it's a very unique special art. I love not only that it's full art, but also you can see through the text box. I think it's pretty cool. How is Shivan Dragon still rare? I know. Hey, it's tradition. It's tradition. Shivan Dragon is the rare. Sarah Angel is the uncommon. It's a tradition. You'll let the jank begin. The Test of Endurance is definitely a commander card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 50 or more life, you win the game. Well, it's a little lukewarm, but it's hot. All right, you guys voted at 57%. We got the Windborn Muse, which I had never heard of until, I don't know, today. It's basically like, what's it called? Ghostly prison on a creature. So, hot or not, this is definitely a day where you better not have any lag or you'll be voting on the wrong cards. Windborn Muse, white 3 generic for a 2/3 spirit with flying. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. So basically ghostly prison on a creature. A single glimpse was enough to compel Captain Velkarn to lay down his sword and take up the Poet's Quill. The Poet's Quill. Well, the pen is mightier than the sword. They've upgraded. The OG Timmy Chase card will never be downshifted. Mikey J, traditionally the wrappers the cards come in represent 20% of the value of the booster box when you crack it. You're talking about like you mean the cost, their costs. Cost of goods sold. 25%, yeah. What's with the uncentered cost in the text? Reminds me of old alpha cards where everything wasn't centered yet. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't get it. Uncentered cost. Oh, the 2. Oh, this little 2 is like a little off. It's a little bit off. Yeah, it's a little bit off. The set is printing everything of value I have in my collection. I both love and hate this set. Petty, I know. I know. I'm in this, we are all human. We bought our X card for $80. It went up to like 100 and then they reprinted and it's going down to 50. We love it when they reprint cards we don't own. We hate it when they reprint cards we do own. This is, wow, this is not. All right, not hot. Moving on to Wrath of God. I actually think this is hands down the best Wrath of God art I've ever seen. Ever. Ever and ever and ever. There's a lot of, I don't even know if there's a lot of Wrath of God arts out there. So we're gonna end, oh, it just ended at hot. It ended 50-50 for the last poll. Some of you gave it a few hots before the end, so I guess it's neutral. Okay, hot, not. How hot is Wrath of God as a reprint? Or even Wrath of God in this new art? Destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. Who even plays, is Wrath of God even played anymore? Like, I don't get it. Who puts that in their deck? Like, there's so many better sweepers out there. So, destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. Each side prayed for the gods to smite the other. In the end, all their prayers were answered. They all died. Be careful what you pray for, because probably that's what the enemy is praying for as well. Wrath of God it's still an EDH. Unbelievable. Still sees play even to this day. I like the Wrath old art with the orc laying on the top of the dead dude. Is there a full art Mind Slice? Turgrid is calling. I don't know. We're going to find out. We'll find out in a second. I bought Tarmogoyf for $100 cash. Just flexing on us, Mags of the Barg. You got that $100 waving in the air. In 2012. And I got a good deal at the time. Yeah, I guess you did. It was like $200 at the time. Recently, I bought 24 Tarmogoyfs for $11 each. Next year, if the card drops to $5, I'll buy 24 more. All right. Dollar cost averaging. Magus of the Bargain. Also, hey, that is very fitting for your name. You are a Magus of the Bargain. Buying at bargain prices. This card is perfect. You love it. It's hot, but if you played against me, you're not getting invited again. Good if you have Indestructible in your white deck. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot. You got Indestructible. It actually doesn't yeah, of course. There you go. Or if you ever... Oh, no, sorry. If you don't have Regeneration, you screwed. I love how they reprint 7th edition foils like Wild Growth, making people think they're pulling a $250 card when this new version will only be worth $1, tricking people into spending money. Well, that's how they do it. Wizards likes to reprint the cards that are hot. All right, Wrath the God is hot. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, hold on, we gotta move down. This is a complicated show I've got going on here. Denizen of the Deep. How deep are we going with this Denizen? Wait, we gotta end this poll. Start a new one. Hot? Not. Denizen Deep is a serpent for blue 6 generic. Does anyone play like big serpents, octopuses, krakens out there? It's an 11/11. When Denizen of the Deep enters the battlefield, return each other creature you control to its owner's hand. Oh my. The big splashy splasher. You think you're like swimming around. What is this? Yeah, this is a creature, right? It's a creature. It's a serpent. You think you're just swimming on ocean, and all of a sudden you're in the jaws of the Denizen of the Deep. Hey, at least it's not the anniversary edition. I don't know what this is in response to, but like some people said this should have been the anniversary edition. Basically reprinting old, like a lot of these are old. You know, Dominaria is one of the first planes that they made Magic cards on. One of the earliest planes. Usage Control C hot and then just paste the first letter. I'd be upset if this was a rare that I pulled. Wait, but look at the cool art! You know I'm a blue player, so I wouldn't be as offended. Pair with Whelming. Exactly! You gotta play the Whelming Wave, which is like a blue 2 generic. Sorcery. Bounce everything except Krakens, Octopuses. I think Serpents are on it. Basically everything except the big siege creatures. I'm surprised it bounces Merfolk, though. I think that's a bit silly. Alright! The Palpatine... What do we call you guys? The Palpatine pollsters have voted. And the Denizen of the Deep is not hot. Now we got Force of Will. This is a banger of a card. Hot or not? I'd be really surprised if this was if this was a huge upset here. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. Weren't you ever taught that it's rude to interrupt? I love how the blue flavor text always has some like incredibly cheeky flavor text attached to it. And we need more we need more cheeky flavor text attached to our counter spells. Just rub some extra salt when we cast Force of Will. So I cast my Force of Will. Weren't you ever taught that it's rude to interrupt? And that player is like, what are you talking? You're the one interrupting me. I'm the one casting the spell. You're the one countering it. How dare you? Can we talk about how they finally gave some powerful cards to Richard Kane Ferguson after 28 years? Force of Will, Vampiric Tutor. As an artist, I'm not really super familiar with him. After 28 years! It's been around for a while. Alright, while you guys vote on if this is hot or not, we gotta thank our sponsors. FusionGamingOnline.com, my one-stop shop for all my Magic needs. You need Dominaria Remastered, you're gonna get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. Do you know why? Because it supports the channel. And also, you can get them cheaper when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. Get 5% off all your purchases. And we're going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Play any deck, any format, anytime. I'm buying... I'm sorry, no, I'm not buying. I'm renting Pioneer cards right now like crazy. Testing decks. And I'm going to be playing Bant Spirits. And I figured that out because I was renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_WS2. And now back to Dominaria. Whoops. There we go. One with Palpatine. Okay, well, what do we got? It's hot. I also think this is a hot card. Hot reprint. I want to interrupt back even if it only means instant. Call us the Senate. All right, the Senate. The Senates have voted. All right, next we got High Tide. I didn't even know what this card was based on the art. And when I look at it, I still see it. It still looks to me like a miniature golf course that's being flooded by some sort of storm or hurricane. And I guess Commander players play with High Tide. I guess that is a card that they play with. Oh, it's quoting Svelun. So until end of turn, whenever a player taps an island for mana, that player adds an additional blue. May Svelun's waves drown your memory. Traditional Merfolk curse. I need to own this card. Can you somehow change a person's discarded card color to not blue and make Force of Will fizzle? No, if it was blue at the time that they pitched, then it will fizzle. But if you play like Paint or Servant and make everything red, then they can't cast Force of Will for free. Millstone, when will we play Merfolk on stream again? I do it basically every second Tuesday. You just got to be there when it happens. By the way, I have a gameplay channel to see the replays called Nikachu Plays MTG, or you can just look up Nikachu Merfolk. I'm sure the videos still pop up. For anyone that missed the news. Looks like a fractal. Whatever that is. Yeah, nice flavor text. I like the flavor text. It's hot! You guys believe it's hot. I believe it's hot too. Mystic Remora! Oh, what a huge reprint. You people love your one blue Ristic studies. Is that right? Is this like a new tech to Commander? I swear, like, this wasn't a big card, then all of a sudden in a very short period of time, Mystic Remora became like a must-include card. But I'm not that deep in the Commander community, so I actually don't know for sure if this was always played, or was it like nichely playable and then everyone started jumping on the damn thing? Love cumulative upkeep. Yeah, this is probably... Is this maybe the only playable cumulative upkeep card in the history of the game? Cumulative upkeep. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gotta put an age counter on this permanent. Then sack it unless you pay its upkeep cost for each age counter on it. It's not clear on old cumulative upkeep cards that you gotta put a counter on the card. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card unless that player plays 4. How on earth are they gonna pay 4? They're not gonna do that. Remora has another meaning, but the OG artist didn't get the memo. Well, I don't know what the meaning is, so... Hey, a lot of the art back then had, like, almost nothing to do with the actual card. A lot of old cards. You know, you look at Back to Basics or Stasis. Like, what did that have to do with Magic the Gathering? What did it have to do with... Or, sorry, what did it even have to do with the card? Most of these are pretty awesome. I only build with the modern card frame. Oh, they got the modern card frame. All right, Remora is the fish. That's cute. It's hot! All right, Mystic Remora is hot. Now we go to Mystical Tutor. We're getting all the mystical cards here. The fish is hot, but is the tutor as hot? Hot not. And what do you Mystical Tutor for? I think I Mystical Tutor... I actually have a huge problem when I Mystical Tutor because it's like... I don't really have any I'm not tutoring for any combo cards, so I always just have to look for, okay, do I want Cryptic Command? Do I want some weird counter spell? Wing of Shu with the super chat. Thank you so much. Is it old enough to drink? What, the fish? I have no idea. I don't know what you guys mean. Is it like the Remore thing? Why only 720p today? Well, you know what? On mobile, you guys can't tell the difference anyway. I don't, like, when I click on the card, how do I put it? So, like, let's say I click on the card. It shows me, like, this, it shows the different art on this website. So it's, like, it's really weird and janky. I can't get the real art. So what I have to do is zoom in on, I gotta zoom in on these. It's not that bad. Come on, 720p, we can live with this. We can live with, I was born on 720p. Actually, that's not true. I was born on like 16-bit, but some of you were born on 720p. What if these tutors were in these uncommon slot like how they were originally? Ooh. Yeah, but they know it's too powerful these days. They wouldn't do that. Some of us were born in 480i. Exactly. 720 is okay. I'm on a C. Are you kidding me? Are you one of those gamers that need that frameless lag, or that that refresh rate that can't be beat? Is that what the CRTs do? I heard there were some gamers that are like that. All right, it's hot. Mystical Tutor. We were talking about it's Mystical Tutor's hot. Screwed this up. Okay, now I gotta scroll down here. And we go to Time Stretch. I actually think this is one of the best arts I've ever seen in this game. I really like this art. But there's a problem. The card, well, I think it sucks. Blue, 8 generic, what, 10 mana? In my world, that's uncastable. Sorcery, target player takes 2 extra turns after this one. How greedy. There's a lot of time like there's lots of time like the present. Good flavor text. Once I realized I had bad vision, my life went from 360i to 4K. Oh, really? So you got like some sort of LASIK eye surgery? CRT looks great, but the strain on the eyes is horrible. It's like staring into a nuclear reactor. I don't remember. The very EDH card, very commander card. Not just because I hate having to wait through 3 turns. Oh yeah, that sucks too. Ooh, this is a close one. It could be hot, it could be not. Some people are like, why are they taking up the mythic slot with this damn time warp? Double time warp. It's fair, the time warp is 5 mana. This is just 2 time warps in 1. Nikachu dude, miss your cheater videos. Don't worry. Don't worry, that's not the end. We're not at the end of the cheater saga. And I know I have to post something over there. I haven't posted anything in a while. Alright, it's not! The Palpatine Senate has voted. Urza, Lord High Artificer! Unbelievable. I feel like it's so soon for this reprint. So soon. Oh, it looks like it tied in the end. But officially at the count, we stopped the count at naught. Urza, Lord High Artificer for a blue 2 generic. A creature that has so many abilities that it most certainly cannot squeeze in room for flavor text. It's a Tolarian Academy on a creature. It makes constructs and it can basically, you know, I guess you spin the wheel, you pull the slot machine, you see what you get off the top of your deck. Not a planeswalker, actually human form. It was very weird when they printed this. I'm like, this guy was ever a human? I guess so. I have to say though, I feel like the art is a little shifted down a little bit. I feel like he should be shifted up. It doesn't seem to, like, the text box is cutting off a lot of the actual Urza. Urza 420, definitely high. Where'd the 420 come from? What are you talking about? We're missing some... Hold on. I feel like we're missing a little bit of the chat here. Squeeze over a little bit more. Maybe we'll squeeze the card over here. There we go. It all works. Art is not my favorite. Rather have an extendo of the first art. I hate those extended arts. I don't like any, or sorry, yeah, all those stretched arts. I'm like 2 thumbs down on stuff like that. I just want I want either full art or just like regular art. Nothing in between. Morrow's article said that the reprints will receive only maps from the issues dedicated to Dominaria, so why did we get updated versions of Urza and Yawgmoth from Horizons of Modernity? Well, I don't, because they need to sell the box, damn it. They need to sell the box. Because these cards are hot! Urza's super hot. That was it. You know what? And I do love the art. Huge fan of the art. Chainer Dementia Master. This guy looks like he has a kink, in my opinion. This guy gets aggressive in the bedroom. Alright, so, Star Pull. I didn't even know Chainer was... I was familiar with Chainer's Edict, but I didn't know Chainer was an actual person. The Chainer. Chainer, Dementia Master. Black, 3 generic. A legendary creature, human minion. I'm looking at this like this is like a Modern Horizons 3 card. All nightmares get +1/+1. Black. Pay 3 life. Put target creature card from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. That creature is black and is a nightmare in addition to its other creature types. When Chainer Dementia Master leaves the battlefield, exile all nightmares. What a nightmare! Discount Ghost Rider? I don't know. He wipes your board on his death. You give your opponent an X for 1. Put target creature card when it leaves the battlefield, exile all nightmares. No, you just exile. You're getting rid of all your nightmares. So basically, bring in all the nightmares, and when he goes, everything else goes. He's the master of the nightmare. I just joined. Is the pool asking to evaluate if Nikachu MTG Live is hot or not? You can bet. No, we're rating the cards. We're rating the reprints. You can rate it based on however function you want. Reprint quality, the art, the full frame, the card power, the flavor text. It's all up to you. It's open to interpretation. And I'll tell you this thing. Chainer Dementia Master is not! Alright, so moving on. We've got Chainer's Edict. I think that's a Pauper All-Star, isn't it? Don't they play that in Pauper? That was decisively not. I think that was the worst. That was the lowest voted thing of all the cards. Hot or not for Chainer's Edict. The Pauper fan out there for a black 1 generic. Target player sacks a creature, but we're not done yet because when we get to 7 mana, and you will in Pauper. In Pauper, you will most definitely get the 7 mana. You get to Edict again. You forfeited any right to mercy the moment you challenged me. I don't even think this card has a whole lot of reprint arts either. There's not a lot of art differences. What is going on with the chat? How do I gotta squeeze it or something? Can Sudden Edict see modern play, especially with Murktide decks? Not really. It's just too many other random cards always on the battlefield. They'll just sack, like... There's always something else except a Murktide on the battlefield. If there's no Murktide on the battlefield, I don't know, Sudden Edict is good enough for you. Honestly, just some random removal spell is probably good enough. It's on Arena too, right? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on Arena these days. Is it just me, or does it look like something getting punched across the head? Could be! Or something got punched. There's also a sword here. What is this, a Minotaur? Is this a Minotaur? I can't actually tell what's going on in this art. I think it's like a Minotaur angel or something. Oh, no. Okay, I see. There's 2 things. So someone is getting punched here. Okay, so here's... I think that this... Is this Chainer? Is this Chainer? I think that's Chainer. So we got Chainer here in the background. It's hard to tell. And then we have an angel creature with a sword. Hold on, sorry, you guys can't see what I see. So we have it. So here's Chainer. Here's this some sort of angel. Sorry, not an angel, a falcon bird soldier with a sword, and he's getting punched. He's not even getting... Chainer's not even using his chain. He's just beating up this bird soldier with his bare hands. Unbelievable. The bird is the bird chained up? Oh, he is chained up. That's what's happening. Here's the chain. It's hard to tell. 720p, people. We got potato quality. Anyway, it's hot. You sick people. Chained up bird getting beat up. We got Entomb. If you think this is hot, you disgust me. You graveyard players. You're gonna show your true colors. Alright, Entomb, black, instant. Search your library for a card. Put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. You're not doing anything fair around here, I know that for sure. And actually, there's a pretty good flavor text. Oh, don't worry about that one. I'm saving him for later. Liliana Vess. Darth Brando loves the Entomb. No tomb here. The set is pretty hot so far. Well, we're looking at the good arts here. We're looking at like the best of the best arts. I'm watching this through a potato. Also about to play Skyrim on it afterwards. We've got where's Approaching Calamity? Approaching Calamity! All these instants and sorceries make me want to make an Arcane Bombardment commander deck somehow. Go for it. Use all the best arts. Use only... Maybe... Is that possible? Dominaria Remastered. The commander deck? Is that possible? Is there a 5-color commander that we can use here? Just play all the cards at once? Entomb was a rare from Odyssey, and it's a rare today. The set is cool, but you can open a rare Shivan Dragon. Absolutely! See, that's the real that's the real 30th anniversary feeling when you open a classic Shivan Dragon. Wow, you guys love this card? Oh, you disgust me. Absolutely disgust me. All right, Entomb is hot. Now we go to next. I guess I could just move left and right. No Mercy. I don't even know what this card is. I'll read it after I start the poll. Entomb won by a landslide, by the way. Wasn't even close. So, No Mercy, black, 2 generic. Enchantment, destroy whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy it. Ah, I see. So, no incentive to attack me. You attack. When you come at the king, you best not miss. You better kill in one shot. Leave no survivors. Let the other world see what befalls those who attempt to resist the mighty of Phyrexia, Shieldred. Yeah. Sarkar Dragon's like, Ron Spencer's heart is damn hot. What's happening in this art? I actually don't know. It's one of those arts that I'm not exactly sure. So let's interpret it. It is... I think this is a bunch of, like, plates, pots, and pans. Yeah, I actually have not a damn clue what's going on here. That is a good question. This art makes no sense. $30, $35 reprint right there. Well, not if you get the full art. Was too expensive before. Really? This was $35? The market shows no mercy. And that's why this card is hot. All right, hot, no mercy. We got Oversold Cemetery. Oh, God. They just piled the bodies on top of each other. I'm sure... I'm sure if there was a business that you could commit fraud and basically get away with it, it would have to be the cemetery business. Like, who's gonna dig up... You know, there's a point where they're... Or maybe not. Maybe that's not so easy to commit fraud, because if they dig in the same spot again, they're gonna find out. I'm just trying to think. Like, you don't have... I'm sure there's some situations where they just, like, bury the body in a dumpster or somewhere else than the actual graveyard, because they're overflowing with bodies. Graveyard space is very limited, unless you keep digging deeper down. Alright, anyway, black 1 generic, Oversold Cemetery, enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Of course we can squeeze in a few more. It's not like corpses need personal space, you see? There was a crematorium where they just dumped hundreds of bodies in a hole. Hey, cost effective. Just give you a plaque at the front of the crematorium. This crematorium is right here. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be a crematorium. So would they just dump the bodies? Oh yeah, we burned them. Here's your ashes. Can you tell the difference between humans' remains and regular ashes? The flavor text is describing what you are saying, yeah. No one get any ideas with this oversold cemetery. And like, I always thought the economics of a cemetery is really weird. Like, okay, you have to keep cutting the grass, but like, and someone needs to maintain that place, and it's a huge plot of land that you probably, I don't know, maybe they get big tax breaks for being a cemetery, but like how much money are you making every single time somebody dies? I don't know, it's a weird business. Oversold cemetery with a changeling strat. It would work, add in cryptic gateway, and it gets ridiculous. Wow, you guys think this card is hot? All right. I'll sell you a plot next to Alberta Einstein for 20k. Don't ask me to prove it, though. You don't have to prove anything in the oversold cemetery. Street Wraith. Ugliest Street Wraith I've ever seen. Ever. It looks like a big, ugly hamster that got out of control. Someone experimented on the hamster. He's like, don't you dare ask me to spin that wheel ever again. Swamp Walk. Cycling. Pay 2 life. Most of the spirits that haunt Urborg were once ordinary people, even children, twisted beyond recognition by the swamp's corrupt mana. What does Eldrazi have to do with this? Alfonso with the $2. Thanks so much, Alfonso. Oh, we can see the super stickers now. Hey, you. Before we couldn't see super stickers because my StreamYard, which I use to host the stream, that doesn't show the super stickers, but now we can see the super stickers. Sweet. Thanks for the super sticker. No one better vote hot. Oh, it's going hot. But you know what? We hate this art, but the artist was probably going for that. They're trying to make us hate it. Trying to evoke some feelings of ugly. It's so ugly. So good. See? Corey's got the idea. It's Yargle's cousin. Yeah, Yargle's a pretty ugly gremlin of a thing, too. Oh god, kill it with fire. Pay life, not pay life cycle, not a fan of that. Card is bad otherwise, and the art is terrible. Alfonso Investments. Hey buddy, Brody here, wishing you a great day here in the Western Canada. I love I love democracy too. And this Street Wraith is not. Alright, Street Wraith got the thumbs down. Vampiric Tutor. It actually looks like a Vampiric Tutor as well. Where can you play? Oh yeah, you can play this in Commander, of course. I'm like, where can we play these cards? Playing the most broken cards. Hot or not? And Vampiric Tutor is just above and beyond the better tutor of all the other tutors. It's the one tutor to rule them all. One tutor to rule them all. One tutor to find them. One tutor to bring them all. And in the darkness, bind them. Search your library for a card. Not instant. Not enchantment. Not a creature. Anything you want, put on the top, you just lose 2 life. Which in a world of Commander, yeah, 2 life? Big deal. Yeah, sure, I can splash that around. Wisdom is a throne, a seat of power that only the strong are worthy to occupy. Corey loves it. With the fire emoji. Are you talking about that movie where the trees walk? The trees walk? Yes, the trees walk. They do a lot of things. Wait, that's broken. It is broken. It's banned in anything. It's banned in any format that it can be played except Commander. Commander doesn't understand the power of these cards. It's like, it's just, yeah, it gets it danger. This is an it danger card. Lord of the Rings is just 3 movies of watching short people walk up a mountain. It's not, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Although I have to admit, I found when I was a kid reading the book, I actually couldn't read the book. I just thought it was just too long and too boring. But I could watch the movies. Now that I'm older, I should probably read the book. I'm probably mature enough and have enough patience to actually read the damn thing. It's hot! Vampiric Tutor is hot. Yawgmoth, thran physician. Oh my god, what is he up to? By the way, is that his rib cage in the middle? I can't tell if that's his rib cage or if that's just his special armor. He's got a special suit compared to everybody else. Yawgmoth definitely going to dress well when he's being a physician on people. But is he hot? Or is he not? Protection from humans, which is a bit weird, seeing as he is a human. Pay 1 life, sack a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, draw a card. You can black, discard a card, proliferate. That ability always gets me. I completely forget that that's an ability on this card. In fact, I just re-remembered it right now. So it's armor. I thought somehow maybe he was like a planeswalker that had his like internal organs partially exposed for no reason at all. Some people like to have armor protecting their internal organs, and some people like to show them off. Partially like, what's his name? General Grievous from Star Wars. I mean, I know he has some armor, but I mean, he's just like flagrantly flashing that stuff over there. Yeah, protection from himself, which is actually relevant because if you sack a creature, you'd put a -1/-1 counter. You would put it on himself in order to draw like at least 4 cards. 4 life for 4 cards. I think that's not armor. He's a bit of a cyborg, is he? Yawgmoth was never a planeswalker, just a smoke god. Yawgmoth is Sigma male, protection from humans. Those arms are screaming zombie, though no way he's human. I run a Yawgmoth EDH, says Donald. Very excited for the new art. Alright, it's hot! Who am I to judge? Oh my god, this next card is an oldie, but I wish they put this in modern. I thought this would be a very interesting modern reprint. Flame Tongue Kavu. When it enters the battlefield, you smoke something for 4 damage. Smoke a creature. It's crazy. It's 4 mana for a 4/2 that deals 4 damage. I mean, you could trade with probably another creature as well. If you don't know pain, like you've seen the Flame Tongue Kavu in Standard. I'm not sure if it would be modern playable, but 4 damage is a lot of damage. And I can't remember, they made another Flame Tongue, but I don't think it was as good. I can't remember what the new updated Flame Tongue was, but I didn't think it wasn't like the OG Flame Tongue Kavu. No point for Kavu in modern. We have... Oh yeah, you know what? True story. But this is easier to hard cast. Like, Fury is like a 2-for-1. This is more of like a 0-for-1? Sort of? It's flame breathing. It has to be hot. Yeah, if anything's going to be hot, it's got to be the Flame Tongue Kavu. Did anyone play at that time with Flame Tongue Kavu? Were you flame tonguing? Or were you getting tongued? Were you tonguing or getting tongued at the time of the Flame Tongue Kavu? If you look past the giant claws, nasty teeth, and horrible breath, they're actually kind of cute. Whatever you say, sissy. Art is sweet. Valuable reprint, though. Not a valuable reprint, though. Yeah, no, the card was dominating at the time. It was so sick. It was sick. I think it could come back. I think it could come back if they reprint it. It is hot! Alright, next we've got Gamble. Oh my god. I thought this card was useless until I found out both like Legacy and... Legacy likes to play this card, because you do like to gamble. You gotta get your gamble on. I can't believe they're reprinting this card. Wizards of the Coast, I thought you want to stay away from gambling as much as possible. Wait, the last thing Wizards needs to hear is that, like, the parent... Imagine an 8-year-old child says, "Mommy, Daddy, I opened Gamble!" Gamble? What are you talking about? So Gamble, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, discard a card at random, then shuffle. It's almost like Vampiric Tutor, but you gotta spin the wheel a little bit. The more cards in your hand, the better the gamble. Gamble is like Entomb for every card in your hand. Yeah, it's a little bit of Vampiric Tutor, it's a little bit of Entomb. They don't like gambling? $250 booster packs. Oh no, they like gambling. They just don't like to be explicit about it. They're all fine with the gambling, people, but they just don't want to be too explicit. Gamble, it doesn't get any more explicit. It literally says gamble on it. And it's all about random chance as well. Anyway, you guys think it's hot? It is a hot card. Gamble is good if you don't care where the card ends up, like Life from the Loam. But you also have to not care where the rest of your cards end up either. Grim Lavamancer! As if we don't have enough reprints of Grim I think Grim Lavamancer has been reprinted to 1 billion times. Where's the lizard? The Grim Lavamancer is great because it there's a little bit of lore with the lizard. Is there a lizard on this thing? That lizard. The lizard that I take pictures of for my Instagram page. Did anyone see that post on Reddit? I thought that was so funny. No, probably most people don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Grim Lavamancer, human wizard, looks more like a shaman in this image. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard after paying a red and tapping it. Deals 2 damage to any target. I actually got crushed by this card so many times. I don't like staring down a Grim Lavamancer. My Merfolk deck will have 1 toughness creatures. Please don't kill me. Pyromancers are cowards who look no further than the flickering flame on the surface. I alone here have the courage to dig the true power that rolls beneath. Yeah, no lizard. Doesn't look like a wizard either. Mediocre. Whoa, Millstone! Another mediocre rare. That was a modern bomb staple for years. And now it's just been power crept out of the format. But that is, we gotta pay some respect to the Grim Lavamancer. That saw play in the burn decks, the Delver decks, the Splinter Twin decks. I mean, it's basically, how do we explain it by today's standards? Why do we don't even see, I mean, I guess we don't see it we don't see play to this thing anymore because nothing has 2 toughness anymore. Everything is like 3 or 4 toughness. No iguana, no buy. I love how you talk. I love how you talk. This is a nut. How could they forget the iguana? Last chance. Which is actually not true because the card literally tells you you're going to have another chance. It's the whole point of the card. Last chance, the extra turn card that's going to kill you if you don't win by the last turn. Red, sorcery. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. No reinforcements, nowhere to retreat, nothing to lose. That's right. Oh, I guess the person's last chance is this guy. Try to get very close. Just try to, you know, taunt the dragon into maybe eating you, and you can stab him from the heart. There's probably no better way to beat a dragon than to get eaten and then just try to mash up the insides. Time walk, but red and funny to give to your opponents. You can give last chance to your opponents? I sold my OG Grim Lavamancers and bought the reprint. Someday I will buy them back. Maybe soon. I've done that before. I'm gonna sell these cards. I'm gonna buy them back one day. And then one day was like 2 years later after the card like doubled and tripled in price. Possibly best human dragon interaction art. True story, yep. I was having trouble actually figuring what was going on, and I realized this was the wing. But that's what you can do in these full arts. You see, it extends up and comes right back down. There's a little human over there. Just for scale. Just for scale. And this card is hot. Democracy has spoken. Siege Gang Commander. What the hell? He's become a furry goblin. He's become furry. I don't remember Siege Gang Commander being so fuzzy. Hot or not? Standard all-star. I'm sure the goblin players still play it. Enters the battlefield. Create 3 red goblin creature tokens. It's the master of waves of goblins. Pay a red, 1 generic. Sack them! The goblins just love getting sacrificed. Reminds me of the Mad Max movie. The minions. Just send out the minions. Sack them all. It deals 2 damage to any target. You with the red shirt. You're up next. Goblin werewolf from Innistrad. Oh, is that what it is? It's a bit odd odd-looking Siege Gang commander. Because I think all the other Siege Gang commanders weren't so fuzzy. Looks more like a Mog. Well, if you know goblins that well, the difference between the Mogs, the goblins, the orcs... Because aren't orcs also goblins in some sense? Not in this game. They won't be called Orc Goblin. I know it has its own thing, but like, I'm pretty sure orcs in Lord of the Rings were like another goblin. It's like a variation of a goblin. Did the token get a new art as well? Probably. If we get to the tokens, we'll look at them. Oh my god, we just... Okay, it's not. We have so many cards to go through. Do we have to do this again? Do we have to do 2 parts to this? Worldgorger Dragon! I had no idea that this was such a popular card in Commander. You're all disgusting to me. I guess everyone just wants to play this card for the sake of messing up everyone. Hot or not? It's a dragon hugging a globe. The dragon hugging the globe here. Nightmare Dragon, 7/7. Enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents you control. When it leaves the battlefield, return all exiled cards to the battlefield under its owner's control. I know, it's a sick art. It's a really sick art. It's around the whole... Oh, you know what I was just wondering? Was it going to be Earth? No, it's like some other plane here. Some other world. Some other globe. These continents don't line up. Magic players want only one thing, and it's disgusting. Worldgorger is always hot. Interesting Red Nightmare. Killed a lot of people with the Siege Gang Commander back during Scourge. Oh yeah, Siege Gang Commander took a lot of people down with it. You could also... You can sack the Siege Gang, right? So slightly larger than the planet. 7/7, got it. Oh, he's in space! You can see... Can you see the stars? In the potato 720p quality? Can we see it? That's a big dragon. Should be bigger than Emrakul. Only a 7/7 for being bigger than a planet. Unbelievable. How many teeth does the Worldgorger dragon have? I can't tell. I don't see. I can't see any teeth, actually. Either has a lot of teeth or no teeth. It's on the false teeth train. And it is hot. All right. It's hot. Arboria. Never heard of it. I'll be reading this for the first time. Start a poll. Green, 2 generic for a world enchantment. Does that have relevance? Creatures can't attack a player unless that player casts a spell or put a non-token permanent onto the battlefield during their turn. Creatures can't attack a player unless that player casts a spell or put a non-token permanent onto the battlefield this turn. So hold on, I'm not allowed to attack anybody unless they play a spell, so then I just don't play any spells whatsoever. I don't understand this card. Creatures can't attack a player unless that player casts a spell or put a non-token permanent onto the battlefield during their... Oh, sorry, during their last turn. During the last turn. Well, that's awkward. What does world enchantment mean? I have never before felt so unwelcome in a forest. So basically, you don't do anything. Nobody attacks you. Yeah, it'll blow up my concordant crossroads. It's a stall effect, like standstill. What, you think standstill is going to slow people down? People crack that standstill like they crack eggs for breakfast. And it is hot! Alright, a lot of Commander players in chat. Birds of Paradise! This is a very weird looking... Where's the beak? This is the weirdest bird I've ever seen. The Birds of Paradise is back. I mean, this really is Alpha Remastered to some extent. Hot or not, though? Of all the Birds of Paradises you could possibly choose, is this the one that you want in your binder? Ugly art, sick card. Is Birds of Paradise considered sick these days? I mean, back in the day, it was a bomb. By today's standards, it's like, it's just a mana dork. I would say Utopia Sprawl is actually more competitive these days than Birds of Paradise. You know why? Because you bolt the bird, and you can't bolt a Utopia Sprawl. Show me the nut. Oh, I saw the nut collector. Hopefully we get to the nut collector today. How much time left do we have? Well, we have like 10-ish minutes. Bop! Back in 2000, sorry, back in 1993, it most definitely it danger. Oh no, it's a Birds of Paradise. Like there wasn't a whole lot of removal back then. What did you have to kill things on turn 1? You had like Lightning Bolt and Swords to Plowshares. If you didn't deal with that, then they're gonna put out something ugly by turn 3. No Tropical Island in the back. Well, who said like that was canon? Bot prices are always climb until the next reprint. That is so weird. I know, it's so weird. And it is. It's because it is hot. Birds of Paradise is hot. Hold on. Oh, there's flavor text. It's brilliant plumage, painted streaks of color across the sky, long darkened by war. That's right. The Nut Collector! And this is a very, very strange card. I looked at this card before the show. The whole flavor to it, I think, is a bit weird. I think they're trying to say something. This is the Nut Collector. Green and 5 generic. Human Druid. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token with Threshold. All squirrels get +2/+2 as long as 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Come! Come, my hungry little friends. There's plenty for everyone. And you see the face. You're looking at the face. This guy is collecting nuts. My girlfriend is in Magic now. Oh my god. Yeah, the flavor. I mean, hey, I'm not the only one who looked at that flavor text like there's something going on here. It was done on purpose. They know they did some marketing and they realized, oh, all Magic players have a dirty mind. Yes, come, Nut Collector. Levy with the super chat. So he's so happy. Some might say he's nuts. Yeah, the flavor text says, come. I worked with a guy who kind of looked like that. Bold guy. Hold on, can I impersonate it? How do I get that angle? Don't know. It's so hard doing an opposite. I got my Nut Collector face going on. This guy is nuts. And he's not only nuts, he's hot. Alright, Nut Collector is hot. Moving on. Sylvan Library. Was Sylvan Library a tree? It looks like a library. Alright, so we've got the classic green 1 generic enchantment that's half brainstorm and half burn your face off. So at the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library. I feel like this is like a library I would experience in, again, Lord of the Rings. Maybe there's a lot of Lord of the Rings inspired art in here. Oh yeah, Commander would love this card. You have to pay all the life you want, who cares? Much needed reprint. What they have, there's not a lot of Sylvan libraries out there. Best reprint in the set, ship it. All you green players looking for that Sylvan library, here it is. In the biggest, baddest way possible. The ungreenest card ever. True story. There is nothing about this that is green. Looking at cards, putting them into your hand, putting them back on top of your library, taking damage for that. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is magic before magic. It's still really weird that green has this before this effect. This is just like one of those cards that broke the color. Before they established a color pie, it's like one of those cards that broke it. Oh, we have so many cards. I guess we're just going to have to do this again tomorrow. This is just Dominaria Hot or Not Part 1. And this one is hot! Okay, we're going to have to do it again tomorrow. You guys want to do this again tomorrow? Or we can do this on Monday. I guess this could wait till Monday, and then we review whatever Chris Cox talked about. Anyway, we'll see. Actually, I'll leave it for Monday. If this gets a lot of views and it does well, we'll do another one. If it doesn't do well, we'll F it. I won't go back to it. But it's fun. We love democracy. We love Palpatine. We want to see the return of Palpatine around here.
All right. Well, that's it for Coffee and MTG today. It was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed that format. If you want to be part of the democracy, part of the Palpatine Senate, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks everyone for supporting the channel, becoming members, becoming patrons on Patreon. I got links to that stuff in the description, and all for the super chats. Keeps the channel running and going. And I make sure I never miss a Coffee and MTG every weekday. But thank you guys for being here, because without you guys, I have no Senate. You guys are my Senate here, my coffee crew, voting on everything. So as usual, keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.